All right, play along with me, guys. Hell hath no fury like a fill in the blank. Has anyone heard this expression before? That's right, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. But did you know there's a second part to this well-known phrase? I'll take it from the top. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, or a deranged, left-hearted money manager whose ETF is down almost 20% since inception, who is also simultaneously suffering from a severe and terminal case of sand invagitis. I don't know why I mentioned that well-known quote at the start of this video, which is totally unrelated, but I just thought I'd share that randomly, because why not? Who's this? What's this? Top Tesla investor calls for Elon Musk to step down as boss. I wonder who that top Tesla investor is. Surely it's not the guy whose ETF, as I record this, has a whopping, let's see, not on page 1, not on page 2, not on page 3. Oh, whose ETF has a whopping 101 shares of Tesla, apparently the second smallest position in the entire fund. If these are sorted by position size, I don't know what this anomaly is at the end. Treasury. Okay, yeah. These are stocks by position, and then there's treasuries. So 101 shares. Now, I believe at its peak, they had almost 8,500 shares of Tesla. Surely the top Tesla investor isn't the guy who's never in his ETF even owned a fraction the number of Tesla shares that a bunch of people watching this very YouTube own. Maybe they're referring to his personal holdings, which I think he's a bit coy about, but I think he does own a lot. Anyway, let's see this alleged top Tesla investor who is calling for Elon Musk to step down as Tesla boss, according to the title of this video. That is after I rub salt into his clearly uncomfortable wound. GK ETF, since inception, all time down 19.83%. Now look, it's a relatively short time frame. July 2021, we're not even 4 years. But for the sake of comparison, we're looking at the Triple Q Trust. Let's go, when was the start of this thing? Let's just call it mid-2021. We won't be too scientific here. Somewhere around here. That's up about 35%, so a differential of almost 50%. Maybe the S&P 500, that's a fair benchmark to compare, right? Let's see here. Again, not super scientific, roughly mid-2021 until present, up. Oh, hang on, we've skipped something there. Got to be fair on the guy. Up about 30%, so the differential again about 50%. Now, if I were out here touting my ETF as a good idea for investors, and also as a way to draw business to my money management services, I mean, call me crazy, but I'd probably want to at least be approximately performing as well as the S&P 500 or like the Triple Q. Otherwise, that'd be extremely embarrassing. And I'd feel like an absolute fucking retard having destroyed capital for people after suggesting that, hey, you know, we've got an actively managed ETF and we're obviously really smart and good at managing money. Give us some of your money so we can vaporize it. Now, I don't want to be like unfair or unreasonable. So I guess we should put some of my own very short term, not even 4-year returns on display, which is pretty easy. The only stock I own is Tesla. I haven't sold any, by the way, as opposed to the GK ETF, which has been dumping it. So let's see here. Over the last 3 months, which is way too short of a time frame, GK ETF crushing Tesla. But of course, 3 months is a millisecond. 6 months, roughly on par. Let's go a little bit further. 1 year was still a very short time frame, but hey, look at that. Tesla ahead by, let's call it about 35%. Maybe go 5 years, and this is perfect. These two have been pinned and compared from the inception of the GK ETF. So it's not actually 5 full years because it hasn't been around that long. And what do we see here? Tesla has outperformed this fund, and miraculously, Tesla's had a couple of massive collapses during this time frame. Remember this? November 2021, all-time high closing price around $4.14 a share, then collapsing. And I mean collapsing, got as low as like $108 or something, $113. And then round 2, all-time high very recently, almost $500, now in the low 2s. An extremely volatile stock. Yet it's still outperformed the GK ETF since inception, not by a little, but a lot. Remember, the GK ETF down almost 20%. In that time, Tesla up about 7, so nearly a 30% difference. But of course, this wouldn't at all have affected the mental and or emotional well-being of Elon Bad. Wait, what's his name again? I forgot what his name is. The guy in the suit, the sentient hair gel. I'm sure it's going to be reasonable and rational. And certainly isn't going to imply that the person leading the company, e.g. Tesla, via Elon Musk, or the face of the company, e.g. Elon Musk for Tesla, should be removed from that position if, say, the stock performance hasn't been great over a very short period of time, right?
The way people view your brand is really, really crucial to the purchasing a part of the purchasing process that humans use. We really identify with the cars we drive, especially in the United States. And so, when your brand gets tarnished like this, it's real bad. So when Elon bought Twitter, which goes back to 22, that's when we actually became concerned, and that's when the stock actually topped, was in November of 2021. And so when he bought Twitter in early 22, that's when we really became concerned because of his lack of focus, and tweeting, all this kind of garbage just really picked up in that period of time. So I had no idea at the time it would go this far. So this is worse than anybody could imagine, right?
Yeah, right. Worse than anybody could imagine. Mate, what's this on screen now? Oh, geez, that's a bit ruthless. Now, I'm no body language expert, so I won't say anything.
Well, he's got X, he's got SpaceX, he's got Tesla, he's got his government job now as well. Is he simply trying to do too much? What's your advice to Elon Musk today?
Well, I think we all make choices with our time, and Elon doesn't get more than 24 hours a day just because he's Elon. So we make choices. All of us do. Do we spend time with our family? Do we go golfing? Do we work?
Do we humiliate ourselves in the media by suggesting that Elon Musk should step down as leader of Tesla, while failing to mention the fact that our ETF's down about 20%, whereas comparable indexes up about 30%, so a difference of about 50%.
And how we do this is, each individual chooses. And so Elon chooses to work, all the time, but you can only work so many hours a day. So it's 24, right? And he sleeps. So there's no question he's been committed to his job at the government. That's where he's spending his time. He is not running Tesla. And, that's why I'm going to say it. I think Tesla needs a new CEO. And I decided today I was going to start saying it. And so this is the first show that I'm saying it on. It's time for somebody to run Tesla. The business has been neglected for too long. There's too many important things Tesla is doing. So either Elon should come back to Tesla and be the CEO of Tesla and give up his other jobs, or he should focus on the government and keep doing what he's doing, but find a suitable CEO for Tesla.
Now, look, I try to be reasonable here. Everyone, even Ross, is entitled to their opinion. And it is my opinion, based on the evidence, that Tesla's doing just fine currently. What's happened recently while Elon Musk has been quote-unquote distracted with his latest little side quest? Somehow, the refreshed Model Y is launched globally, selling like hotcakes. Tesla are on track to begin their Robotaxi service in June in Austin. World's best-selling vehicle still Tesla's Model Y, and that was before the massive refresh. Energy business booming. Unassailable data lead in terms of FSD continuing. Huge AI training supercluster, improving FSD day after day after day. Tesla, well over $30 billion of cash and cash equivalents. Cybercab unveiled. Robovan unveiled. Massive progress with Optimus. Aggressive recruiting for Optimus. Currently recruiting for production systems to build a Cybercab. Oh, and then the new refreshed-ish Model Y wasn't the big news. It was a nice distraction. Everyone's looking over there, hey, refresh Model Y, but everyone keeps forgetting 2 more affordable Tesla vehicles and in production this year as well. Call me crazy, in my personal opinion, and keep in mind I don't wear a suit, so you can't trust me. I think Tesla's doing just fine. Elon ain't missing critical meetings, but what's he going to do? Run around and point his finger and go, hey, be faster at doing the things you do. What's he going to do? This is not production hell. There aren't fires to put out right now, not major ones. This would have been a problem back in 2018 when Tesla was facing bankruptcy if they couldn't ramp up the Model 3, or at worst, a lot of dilution for shareholders to raise more capital to fix that shit. But we're not there. Things are humming along. Now look, if I were a conspiracy theorist, which I'm obviously not, but if I were and I could pretend like I would think like one, I might think, does this guy on screen now in the suit have severe Trump derangement syndrome, which is now morphed into Elon derangement syndrome, combined with the fact that his ETF's getting absolutely ruined, and he doesn't also like to see somebody like Elon Musk having courage and sharing opinions on X. In fact, he called that garbage. Is this a reasonable and rational point of view from this guy wearing the suit? Or would a conspiracy theorist say maybe he's just extremely butthurt and deranged and has a severe case of seeing-invaginitis caused by Orange Man bad plus Elon bad and just trying to harm the guy? Just asking. I mean, if I were a conspiracy theorist, I'd be asking the question, but I'm not, so I didn't even ask the question. I don't know why I said that. Move on.
So you are saying essentially if he's not prepared to quit that government job, he needs to go?
Yeah, I think it's time. Now,
look, joking aside, it's pretty clear that this guy's too far gone. I kind of feel bad. Someone should do a welfare check. I don't think he's okay. I do mean that, by the way. I'm not joking. I don't think this guy is okay.
Is there a personal animosity here? Some people might...
Great question, of course. You know the answer's going to be no, right? Total denial, right? I mean, dude, you can fucking see the animosity through the screen. Great question, Enka. Is there some personal animosity here? In other words, Ross, are you butthurt? Did Musk endorsing Trump, campaigning for Trump, and now being involved in the Trump administration fill your sausage wallet with truckloads of sand? Is that why there's an issue here, or is it maybe because your fund's getting absolutely wrecked? Why is this, Ross? Is it personal, or are you just being completely irrational? What a great question. This guy should get a pay rise.
Might wonder whether there's a personal axe to grind from your point of view.
No, in fact, I would argue the opposite.
I look forward to Ross arguing the opposite here. Look at that, dude. This guy knows, by the way. He's smelled through Ross's bullshit. He can tell he's butthurt. Total sand in vaginas going on right here. He knows. Look at the fucking face. This is so good. I hope some body language experts could analyze this. It's just everything is being said right now. God, this is good. Again, dude is not okay. Look at this screen grab. Just soak it up. Now, please, Ross, argue the opposite why you don't have a personal axe to grind here. Because anyone at all with a brain cell watching this interaction would assume that you do, in fact, have an axe to grind and a personal vendetta for some totally unknown reason.
I'm extremely grateful for Elon. He's made me extremely wealthy, and my firm has grown tremendously because of our investment in Tesla being so successful. It's probably one of the most successful trades of all time. We made over 100 times our money. And, so what am I going to do? What it makes me sad is I care about climate change. I live in the Palisades, and I recently almost lost my house, and I live about a block or two from the disaster area, just on the way into work. I have to drive by it now every day. I'm one of the only people living in the Palisades right now. And when you see climate change as close as I have right in my face, there's no thing more important for people to understand that we need to fight climate change, or we will all suffer greatly from its effects. And Tesla is an important company for this.
And just very, very finally, Ross, on this, effectively, if he doesn't change direction like you would like him to see, how toxic is this now? Effectively, how bad could it get? How low could the share price go, do you reckon?
Well, we use fundamental analysis in stocks, so you can compare the valuation to a stock like NVIDIA, which trades at 40 times earnings, and Tesla's expected earnings this year are $3, and that might even be in jeopardy. So that 40 times $3 is 120. So, the downside risk for Tesla is still substantial if it gets valued like all the other great tech companies in America. So the fact that Tesla has 2 times the value of even the greatest companies in America is still confounding to me with the turn that Elon's taken.
I'm doing my best to try and understand exactly what Ross was implying here. That Elon should either stop doing the stuff he's doing with the Department of Government Efficiency or step down as a leader of Tesla due to the turn he's taken. What does that mean? Oh, I know what that means. It means supporting Orange Man bad and helping the Department of Government Efficiency discover fraud and waste. I didn't seem to hear anything to back up Ross's claims that Elon needs to step down. In other words, what's going on with Tesla's business? He did talk about the share price, but that's irrelevant. Execution is what matters. Best-selling vehicle on the planet, recently refreshed it. They just had to increase the Model Y price in China because of crazy demand. FSD's just launched in China. It's stunning. Robotaxis mid-year, more affordable vehicles mid-year. I didn't hear any actual reasonable or rational arguments to back up the point that Ross was making, which was Elon should step down as the leader of Tesla. Did I miss something? Or is it possible that this guy does in fact have an axe to grind? Of course, we will never know the answer to these very difficult questions. What's my editor doing? Why is this on screen again? I'm sure it's nothing. Want more content? Early access? Bunch of perks? Click the links in the pinned comment. AG1 is awesome. I've been taking it daily now for more than 3 years. It's a great way to fill in nutritional gaps. It's packed full of vitamins, minerals, and whole food source nutrients, plus has prebiotics, probiotics, and adaptogens to improve gut health, regularity, and help your body handle stress. I'm always looking for an edge to help me feel and perform my best, which is why I haven't missed a day of AG1 for more than 3 years. Just try it and see how you feel. Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR and get yourself a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 travel packs. This is what viewers of the channel had to say after trying AG1. I feel like I have a lot more energy since I started on AG1. Just got my AG1 in the mail, legit feeling the effects after day 3. 3 months ago, I started AG1 and have been enjoying the evenness of alertness and energy that lasts the day. I just started the wife on it too. Are you convinced yet? I mean, hey, it's worth trying, right? Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR, or I can keep going. This viewer, after about a month on AG1, definitely a lack of fatigue in the afternoon. Pleasant side effect is that my coffee intake has imploded and is almost down to 0. One more? Yeah, why not? I honestly feel younger and will be continuing to use AG1. This stuff really is crazy good. I didn't think it would be, but this stuff is awesome. It really is what everyone is saying. One more, don't mind if I do. I've just received my 3rd month's supply. I've drank it every day. I have so much energy throughout most of the day. I'm productive, started a new business, started socializing, refurbished a boat. It's no coincidence. Thank you for your persistence, your integrity, and your insights. Now look, these are not my words. These are not my testimonials. This is what you guys and girls are saying. Maybe it's 100% placebo effect. But even if that's the case, I think it's money well spent. Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR and get yourself a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 travel packs.